Neil, it's no secret that in the short run, the voters and the markets may not always see eye to eye. And we could see that tomorrow. We could see that in the polls. But more importantly, it's the magnitude of what we're seeing here. It's the magnitude of the outcome. I think investors should focus less on who wins New Hampshire and how much they win by. What policies are rejected in New Hampshire? You know, it's interesting because it's been well documented here and elsewhere that Bernie and the markets don't always play well in the same sandbox. I think the markets are going to react to the political landscape. They're going to react to New Hampshire. You're going to see specific sectors react, healthcare, energy. But I think infrastructure is something that does have bipartisan support. And it's so far-fetched in a time when we're trying to reduce the deficits. We're running these crazy deficits. And how are you going to float an infrastructure plan? We do know there's Democratic support. It is a great general election topic to bring the parties together. And I think the president is on the right footing here to bring this up, because this is an area where voters in middle America want to see infrastructure. Everybody knows roads, bridges, tunnels.
Yeah, but they talk about that forever. And
they talk about it forever.
And now when I hear that Nancy Pelosi and the president haven't spoken since last October, and there's even been more polluted water under that bridge.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if that's even feasible.
So not exactly a working relationship that you would hope for in Congress. However, with that
said, I tell you,
I've
had Italian relatives who haven't talked for decades, and they don't even remember what they're angry about. So there is potential.
That's right. So I don't think Nancy Pelosi is getting invited to Thanksgiving dinner in the Trump household. With that said, I do hope they can find some common ground here. I think let's watch infrastructure stocks. Let's watch bridge manufacturers, roads, tunnels. Let's watch all those companies. Let's watch, the materials that are getting hit because of the coronavirus. Maybe they get a rebound on this. For investors, it's a cheap opportunity to do some bottom fishing in an area that's been left for dead. New Hampshire voters are different than voters in other states. And this is a state where you have economic prosperity. You have an incredibly low unemployment rate, below the national average. You have a highly educated young workforce. So they care about economic issues as much as anything else. And you know what? It's a cliche to say that deficits don't matter. To these young voters, deficits do matter. And I think that's going to become an issue later on in the election. Look.
Well, it depends on how you address those deficits.
Look, I drove my son up here today, and I told him how much of the national debt was going to be his responsibility. And that will change a voting pattern very quickly when people start to realize fiscal responsibility matters. So, of course, these are big, important issues. They're worried about student debt. They're worried about health care. But they also want to have a job. They want to buy a house. They want to have a 401k. And they want it to go up, Neil.